case you didn't recognize it, it is the Beethoven's Ode to Joy, performed by the Ukrainian Freedom Orchestra, what we are hearing now, which is composed of 74 Ukrainian musicians, many of whom are refugees from the war. Interestingly, in this piece of music, they have changed the word joy to slava, which means glory, the Ukrainian word that has come to represent their fight for freedom. Well, let's now speak to the conductor and founder of the Ukrainian Freedom Orchestra, Keri-Lynn Wilson, who lives in Canada but is herself of Ukrainian descent. Hello and welcome to the program, Keri-Lynn. You've been on tour recently. What's been the highlight so far?
Yes, good morning. So actually in Amsterdam, we just finished our concert last night in Concertgebouw. We are coming to London next week, I'm very proud to say, for our last concert of the tour. The highlight so far has been, of course, the concert on Ukrainian Independence Day in Berlin. It was a performance for the President of Germany, as well as other diplomats, and an enthusiastic crowd of 3,000 people, where we performed Beethoven's Ode to Joy Symphony in the Ukrainian language. It was an idea I had because I felt it was even more powerful than Beethoven's masterpiece, the greatest symphony perhaps ever written. Beethoven, he added words because he had so much more to say than what he felt music couldn't say as well. And I felt that this is also a way for us, as a symbol of the power and talent of Ukraine's cultural legacy that will live on, that Putin is trying to destroy, that this gives us an extra voice as well. Not only the power of our music, but the language is just as strong and vital. And that's why it made this performance so special. And I'm very proud to be at the helm of this group of very talented and extraordinary musicians
And
and brave musicians.
We can hear the pride in your voice. Just help us understand how and why you helped create the Ukrainian Freedom Orchestra.
So I'm a proud Canadian Ukrainian with cousins in Ukraine, one of which who has been fighting at the start of the invasion in Bakhmut, and he is still there. I also wanted to fight, but rather than with a gun, I held up my baton and I thought I would like to lead a group of musicians, perhaps refugees that have fled, that have been denied their freedom and taken their voice away to express themselves. So I created this orchestra. It was a dream initially. I thought, how could I find these musicians? And then with the help of the Polish Opera and the Metropolitan Opera, my husband is the general manager, Peter Gelb, he turned my dream into a reality. And within a few weeks, we had a roster of enthusiastic musicians. And within a few months, we were on an international tour last summer, which was, of course, to galvanize audiences, to support Ukraine and fight for democracy around the world. And it was so successful that we are gathered now this summer again to go on tour and again reach out for the public support and bring the passion to Ukraine and also to inspire the people in Ukraine who are so desperately struggling every day, to give them hope. And so I feel proud about being a symbol of that.
And I believe in your quest or your search for musicians who could be part of the orchestra, some of them were some military or men of military age, musicians of military age. They were being given an exemption to come and be able to play alongside you and the rest of the orchestra. How did that make you feel?
Oh, it makes me so proud when I see their faces in the orchestra when we're performing. I envision the soldiers who are dying every day to fight for their country. It is a great feeling of satisfaction in this orchestra. We are bonded by not only our passion for music, but our fight against oppression. And it makes this orchestra very special because not only are they talented, but we have this karma that it's extraordinarily strong. And these men are, they're brothers and cousins. Actually, there's no musician in the orchestra who lost a cousin fighting. You know, it's very close to home. So if they can be empowered by this ability to make music outside of Ukraine, it's all the more special for them.
And what do you think people take away from the orchestra taking part in the tours and the concerts you've been holding?
You mean the audience or the orchestra?
The audience.
The audience as well. Based on, for example, last night we had Ukrainian flags being held up throughout the audience, and at the end of the concert, we performed the Heroic on the tour. I yell, Slava Ukraini, and there's a huge response of the traditional Heroim Slava, which means so glory to Ukraine and glory to our soldiers. And every performance where we go, the audience erupts into this Heroim Slava. Then we perform Yuri Shevchenko's arrangement of the Ukrainian national anthem, and there's never a dry tear in the audience. It's a very emotional connection we have with the audiences.
I can imagine.
We feel very supported.
Keri-Lynn, thank you so much for coming on the program, and good luck on your last leg here in London.
Londoners at the Barbican.
Keri-Lynn Wilson there, who is part of the Ukrainian Freedom Orchestra, who will be performing in London tomorrow. I believe that's what she told us. And we're going to leave you with some of the music, Beethoven's Ode to Joy, which has been changed to reflect the glory, the Slava word, which is Ukrainian word for glory.